Good news to report that we're on the cusp of having contractors on site to begin construction operations. Mike's going to give a quick update here on the schedule of the project, but just to start out, contractually, we've got 4 prime contractors. We got news today that Resignation got approval for their utilization plans from ESC. So we've got 3 out of the 4 prime contractors are now approved on their UP and have notice to proceed to move forward. We're just waiting on the mechanical contractor, K&L, who, if you can remember, the rebid of that work set them back a little bit. We're anticipating that UP to be approved here shortly.
Excellent.
Yes. Then with that, I'll just turn it over to Mike here on schedule.
Okay. So real quick, high level, we anticipate, based on our conversations with the contractors, more specifically Resignation and Triangle Electric, that they will be mobilizing to the site 1 week from today. Yep. So next Monday they will be mobilizing to the site. Next week will primarily be, I guess if you want to call it, 0 week. In other words, there's no real activity going on, but there'll be trailers coming in, as many as 4 different trailers may be landing on the laydown area, as well as down there with a machine and hopefully getting primary electric all dug in for potential hookup in the very near future. So that covers us all the way through the end of next week. The following week, the 23rd, that will be the earnest start of the construction. We'll start to see erosion controls, all that stuff that's got to be in place before they really start. So they'll have 3 or 4 days of erosion controls, but there's a possibility towards the end of that week that we'll see them start to get actively involved in the work with the lagoons, both cuts and fills. So I guess where I'm going with it is next week there'll be some predominantly heavy traffic at the start of the week. 40-foot job trailers don't come in, don't fly their way in. So North Bend is going to be a bit of a busy place at times next week. And then the following week, once the contractors get their erosion controls and their all that methodology in place, when we start cuts and fills, there'll be a lot of triaxle traffic going back and forth. Please remember, this is a very trucking intense project. Almost 60,000 cubic yards of material have to come in. If you do the math at 20 cubic yards a truckload, that's about 3,000 trucks. Wow. And about 10,000 cubic yards of material has to come out. So do the math again, you got another 500 trucks. So there's a lot of truck traffic going to be in and out of that. The sign package will be going up as well next week. I don't know exactly what the contractor has in mind for traffic flow. Mike, I asked them to get with you at some point in time. If you might want to, if you've got nothing going on, or if you can carve out some time Wednesday. Our job meeting is at 10 o'clock?
Yeah, 10 to 11.
9, 10, 11, something. Yeah. Anyway, 10 o'clock, I think. If you want to be here for that, I would really appreciate it if you could. Because your input is, you're the main guy that they need to coordinate with. So that gets us through the first couple weeks. Obviously, our big goal is to have the PTA, the new building, the preliminary treatment building, weather tight by the end of December. That's what the contractors, that's their first big milestone goal. Concurrently, I would expect them to be working on the water sewer garage, just because concrete follows concrete, framing follows framing. You know, they're not gonna send their concrete guys home when they got more concrete work right beside it. So I think you'll probably see one building kind of chasing the other one up as it's built. But hopefully, you know, we're all sitting around here, your January board meeting, and we've got a nice weather type building out there where all the trades can have the winter to work and get ready for spring. So again, that's high level. If anybody's got any real specific questions, I'll do my best to answer them, but that's where we are right now. Go ahead.
We had concerns in the beginning about the stability of the lagoon. It's been a wet spring. Any more thoughts on that?
We haven't seen the contractors dewatering or their sheeting, shoring, and excavation support submittals yet. Those will be required for them to get going, but we haven't seen them yet. So our concerns are your concerns as well. So we're just, you know, but we also can't tell the contractor how to do their job. So we're waiting for
Done
them.
as much as we can.
Yeah, but we're waiting for them to basically describe the process and how they're going to go about it. Courtney has done a tremendous job at keeping up with the groundwater, the rainwater, surface water. By all rights, we could be handing over a lagoon that's got 2.5 feet of standing water in it, and we're not. So thanks to him and his staff and their efforts, that lagoon is pretty dry.
Excellent.
So we did a neighborhood letter, and I had put July 1st, because that's changed now.
Yeah, it's.
What date should I put on it?
What date do you want? I mean, I guess, do you want start of construction? Do you want start of activity? If you want start of activity, I would, you know, it's going to be next week.
It's pretty much just to alert them the heavy truck traffic.
The heavy truck traffic will probably be,
Mid-July.
I think we'll be okay.
yeah, the 1st of July, you'll probably be okay.
Okay.
I mean, to be honest, they're going to bring in job trailers next week. They're going to start with erosion controls on the 23rd. So they're really not going to get started in earnest in the lagoon until 28th, 29th. So really, probably your first day of the first is probably okay.
Okay. Good, because I've already done 25
Dan, we might consider modifying that first sentence of the last paragraph, where it says contractors are scheduled to move on site starting July 1.
Yeah, I mean, their actual schedule to move on site is the 16th.
Right.
So with heavy,
So much for them 25.
they're saved on your computer, aren't they?
Yeah,
Okay.
just that I printed them all out, everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So the 16th.
Way out.
yeah.
That's old.
The big project sign will be going up next week too,
Yeah.
so we're told out on the entrance to the plant.
So I think we should do that.
Do you remember who right?
You guys have your picture on it, so some vandalism over there too?
Mug shots.
Hopefully sign.
Probably, yeah.
We're gonna have to sign.
Yeah.
Sign it.
Yeah. It's 4 foot by 8 foot.
Like that.
Okay.
Sounds pretty big.
Yeah.
Sounds good, you guys.
Permit wise, the SWIP has been electronically filed and is approved for the project, so that's a good milestone, and we are waiting formal notification that the lagoon is going to be declassified as a freshwater pond from Army Corps. We got something in an email, but we don't have anything in writing yet. We're waiting on that.
Perhaps an invitation to swim.
Drink
Yeah.
fresh water now.
Well, thank you. Any other questions for the gentleman?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mike?
Feel free to depart and go have some dinner.
Do you have anything else?
That's all I have.
Okay.
If we're going
Appreciate
to
it.
Texas Roadhouse, I'm going.
He's got food on his brain every meeting. Eric.
Look at me, I'm fading away.
Quiet.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nate, I had it in advance for the third time.
No, that's no problem.
It makes it easy, it's just,
Throw the notes together in the morning and send you a note.
thank you.
Looking forward to all of that.
Next meeting on the 11th at 10 o'clock.
What's that?
Next meeting, construction meeting.
Is
11th at 10.
2 days from today, yes. Yep. And I think it's right here. I didn't know exactly what mobilization was gonna look like, so we scheduled it for here. But it will be the last one here. Once we've got our office set up out there, we'll have a conference table that can seat, I think, 16 in the trailer. So we'll hold all our job meetings at our trailer out there. Keep the carpets a little cleaner.
Thank you.
Yep,
Thank you.
okay, thanks
Thank you
folks.
much.
Thanks, guys.
See you Wednesday.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Move on to item 8 on the agenda. If I can have a resolution, please, placing item 3 on the table.
Second that.
Jim and Eric. We'll ask the clerk to
Okay,
read
the
the
resolution. Yeah, I'm sorry. The resolution accepting the location of the flagpole that was provided by the town of Peru for the America 250 celebration at Peru Dock in Peru, New York. Whereas the town board has in front of them the location layout map, schematics, and photos provided by Ricky Barber. Resolved with this resolution accepting the location of the flagpole that was provided by the town approved for the American 250 celebration at Blue Dock in Peru, New York. And be it resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Before we call it roll call. Ricky, anything you want to add to the presentation?
Just to let you guys know, we were in touch with Dan Levy. He is the lands manager for New York State in this area, Region 5. Dan, last year, had the money approved. We were going to do a bigger project down there on the lawn, and the monuments were going to get moved. John Rock got sick, and that kind of stopped what we were doing. He was in the hospital. In the meantime, that money went somewhere else. So those monuments, if you take a look at the last 2 pages that I gave you, I drew a map on one and there's pictures of the monuments on the other. They're probably not going to be moved. They're going to stay right there where they are. In front of the 2 monuments that are there is where I put that X for the proposed site for the flagpole. I got the measurements on there. He said, if you guys are happy with where that is next to the 2 monuments, you guys approve it for the town of Peru on a vote. I will take that resolution to him. He will go to his superiors, get it passed through them, and then we'll be able to set that flagpole, the base of the flagpole, and put the flagpole. Courtney came down and looked at it with us.
It's fine today.
We're far enough away from the sewer lines and everything that we feel we're not gonna have a problem. His idea was to use the back truck where that X marks the spot and just go right straight down with the back truck, and then there's no mess. There's no residue, no nothing. John was going to the quarries and have the quarries donate the concrete for this project. We put the base in, get it cemented in, and everything should be good to go. We'll go down there afterwards and put the flagpole in. It all depends on you guys voting on to get
You
this
dig a
done.
hole in the back truck?
Hydro excavation.
Yeah.
Works really neat.
I didn't know that. I thought you suck stuff.
The thing was, 811's gonna be notified. They're gonna go down and, like Courtney said, they're gonna go down and look for their lines in that area. I don't know how far in off the road it is, it's 150 feet in. There should be no lines there anyway, the only thing that was down there was our stuff for the town. And Courtney pretty much knows where it all was because he dug down there. So there shouldn't be anything there. Keep our fingers crossed.
Plus doing it with the back truck too.
But the problem with DigSafe is you only get the utilities marked, like NICEAG, electric and gas, Town of Peru, Verizon, Charter, any of the DEC's personal stuff does not get marked. So you have no idea where the power wires for them,
Right.
so the back truck is the safer mode of excavation. As long as you are all okay with us doing that.
Perfect.
Smartest way to go.
No damage.
Yep. And if you do find something, you don't damage
At
it.
least you're not damaging.
Perfect. Looks excellent. Thank you, Rick, for all your hard work. Done
Thank
well.
you, Rick.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
And Mr. Reno?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rick.
all set to go.
Well, I get the resolution, I'll put it in this packet, and I gotta give it to Dan Levy for his approval.
John's okay with
Oh, okay.
it. I assume John's okay with the location of Flagpole.
John is, we don't know if Dan is yet. And that spot is, it seems like it's kind of common sense deal, it's gonna fly over the top of the two monuments that are already there. You put it anywhere else and it's kind of out of place.
Right. Good spot.
It looks good in the pictures right now, and picture ought to sell it.
Yeah.
I'll get it certified done tomorrow morning, Rick.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on, item 9 on the agenda, discussion and a motion concerning Telegraph number 1, we're trying to go electric for the wastewater treatment plant. Some activity you probably will see pretty regular items on the agenda from here on out.
Yeah. I'll make the motion to approve it.
Is there a second for Craig's motion?
I'll second it.
Terry? Any further discussion? If not, we'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Yeah, how much would that be?
Total payment, total amount due with the application is $28,139.
So that's the way all of these requisitions are gonna go. The first meeting, we approve them, and then the second, we'll pay them.
Does Mike sign off on the electrical and the mechanical too? Or?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Nate did.
Nate, Nate on my phone.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mike signs the construction one, right?
Mm,
Everything's reviewed by EAS
This is-
before it comes to us for
Right.
Yeah, because I know Mike signed a lot of,
They can only claim percentages as the project moves forward
Yeah.
and percentage of purchases.
Yep, thank you.
It looks like Nathan's signing them.
yeah, Nathan's, yeah.
Yeah,
But Mike did sign some, what, on the one of the other projects we had, right?
probably.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing all the hookups, right? All the temporary power and everything, so.
Yeah, it's probably material they've already ordered.
Yes.
Yeah.
Item number 10, similar, is application for payment from, and it's payment number 1 for them too, from the John W. Danforth Company, and the amount of first payment application is $116,850.
I'll make the motion.
Discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. We move on to item 11. In this case, we have a resolution, so I'll ask for a motion to put the resolution on the table.
I'll make it.
I'll second that.
Greg?
Resolution resolution accepting the results of the internal control audit for procedures and record keeping for the town of Peru town clerk. Whereas the town board has before it the report of the internal audit for the Peru town clerk conducted by Councilman James Douglas on June 2nd, 2025. And whereas the town board agrees with the overall findings of this report of audit, now therefore be it resolved, the town of Peru board approves and accepts the internal controlled audit of the town of Peru town clerk with the record of this audit to be included in the official record of this board meeting, and be it resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Should I abstain, Greg? because I
You,
did the
you
audit?
conducted the audit, so you should abstain.
Right, thanks, Steve.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
And Mr. Owen? Mr. Randall, I'm sorry.
I'll answer for anything as long as it's not late for dinner.
Okay.
I vote aye on that. Number 12, again, similar audit, that requires a resolution to get it on the table.
I'll make the motion.
Greg, second.
I'll second it.
Eric.
Resolution accepting the results for internal audit, control audit for procedures and record keeping for the town of Peru town tax collector. Whereas the town board has before it is the report of the internal audit for the Peru town tax collector conducted by Councilman James Douglas on June 2nd, 2025. And whereas as the town board agrees with the overall findings of this report of audit, and therefore be it resolved the town of Peru board approves and accepts the internal controls audit of the town of Peru town tax collector with the record of this audit to be included in the official record of this board meeting, and be it resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. Mr. Bruno?
Yes, thanks.
Mr. Douglas will abstain. Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
And Mr. Randall?
I'd like to note for the record that the auditor's comments on the sheets he's required to conclude with just a comment. A great job is done by the town clerk. Well-maintained efforts signed off by Jim Douglas on June 2nd.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim, for your
Thank you, Craig.
diligence there.
Thank you, Craig.
Guys, for us to do the same comment.
Yes. Should note that there's no exceptions noted of any type. Okay, item 13 is the usual update from CNS companies regarding the progress on the replacement of Telegraph Road over Dry Mill Brook. It's a bridge project. It remains on schedule. I don't think there's been any change since our meeting 2 weeks ago. Anything else, Mike, that you're aware of here? That doesn't really require any action.
Still nice having it on the agenda, thank you.
Item 14, other comments from the council members? Jim?
I just have the one, I would just, we had talked about it. I know we're spending money and we don't have a lot of other money, but where are we ever gonna do anything with pickleball? I mean, one court, at all?
Last plan was to take the ice hockey rink, put netting around it, and put the markings on that, and double use on that.
I'm fine for that. I do know Adele, to my knowledge, and I can call her, she has all the pickleball nets and the paddles and stuff.
Courtney, can you get nylon netting 8 foot high or something, go around that, or what's your thoughts?
It would have to look, 8 foot high,
Whatever you think.
that's not gonna be that simple. You're gonna have to have some pretty sturdy poles probably.
Yeah.
Does it have to be that high?
I'm sorry?
Does it have to be that, I've never played pickleball, do the balls really bounce that high?
I don't think you need any netting, let them chase after them.
That's your plan.
Most places,
more exercise.
most places
You
are
play aggressive
open.
pickleball over there,
It's
or?
more exercise, man. Just like go run after it, man.
only know.
Get chocolate to bring a dog over there.
Can we use the fencing on the tennis courts from Jenkins at all? Or
That would be a nightmare.
that would be
Trying
nice,
to reuse
okay.
A lot of trees and stuff growing.
It's a rough shape, that stuff.
I do know, Kristen, that there's some girls that use that,
Yes.
but then, you know, the kids come out from high school, so they're, but there could be, you know, some usage, because pickleball,
Oh, definitely. I've had people ask me when we're going to have it together, just because they'd like to start tournaments.
I'm gonna take a picture, and I just, because Mr. Bruno thought it was like, just for old folks, there's a lot of young people that play too.
Oh, no, I seen it on
There's
Facebook
a lot of
now,
high
man.
school
They're crazy.
students.
They're fast.
Yeah.
It's like racquetball.
They've got quite a following down Woolsboro. They've got an indoor court down there, and they've got a couple of other courts going toward Essex. And my brother-in-law plays all the time.
I know Town Sky Falls just built a new one down there at the town hall.
I mean, it's a,
Do they have a net around it?
Huh?
They have a net around
They
it?
use
I
sand
think so, Craig. I think they just got a fence
No,
around
no,
it.
so that's
That's their net.
Yeah.
Never put a mile on that.
I don't think it's even high.
What's, Kristen, what do you think on, I mean, how high would a net need to be?
Honestly, you're not hitting it like you do with tennis, that you're not really spiking it. I don't think it would have to be more than 6 feet.
So,
On other pickleball courts, I don't
No.
think they have them.
Yeah, it
I mean,
depends.
it's an enclosure way out, but not,
Yeah,
Very like that.
And
I'm thinking Crystal Fave, probably get a hold of some of that netting, we could use some conduit poles from the apple orchards. Might want something more stable on the corners.
I would think if the idea gets blessed, that we would go ahead, find the nets and mark the surfaces there and then worry about the side fencing.
Exactly.
definitely.
Otherwise, June will become September before we know it.
Yeah.
right. Look at that.
But Courtney, I guess we could take that project on. And the nice thing-
Why told me I'm
Everything else-
Get it done before Monday, bud.
Yeah. What's one more, Courtney?
Monday's gonna get busy, so you gotta work hard this week.
The nice thing about that location is that there's plenty of room for parking and cars, and Jenkins Street does not offer
Right.
much
No.
of that.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah, the only thing with that one down there is we gotta get eventually a broom for our track or something, now that we don't have that little sidewalk machine that I had one, because that gets a lot of pine needles and stuff. There's so many pine trees.
I got brooms, I got handles on
Don't have time for that.
Gotta be quick.
Do you have to use a broom, or could you use a blower?
And blow.
Sometimes a blower works, but a sweeper really works the best.
Is the net able to be put in on a semi-permanent to avoid vandalism or theft?
they're
That's my
portable,
only other concern.
they're portable nets.
Yeah,
She has portable ones, Kristen.
that's my big concern.
I'm
Knowing
sorry?
the vandalism that we've had
Yeah.
and
Can we
working
change
at the
it to
high school,
something?
middle school, that's my big concern, is them disappearing.
Yeah.
Might be an application for a camera.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Some you can core drill. And
It's
there's
just a lot of asphalt, it's just asphalt.
probably tied to it, I don't know if it really worked tied to it. Have to almost core drill it, fill it full of Rock-Tite or something, hold it.
it. I haven't
I'd
read.
have to look at the nets though, you might need different nets,
Yeah.
but I think they just come apart.
Apart,
I mean,
okay.
we have hockey nets down there all year, I mean,
Yeah.
we do chain them,
To the,
the poles, but there's been one down there that somebody else left that's been there,
yeah.
it's hit and miss, you never know. Sometimes you don't get anything and then
We have all
somebody
this.
shows up and spray paints everything.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Craig.
Also, I wanted to just express appreciation to Ellen Nerska for lending us one of her tents for the Christopher Garrow bridge renaming ceremony that took place last Friday. As it turned out, we did get a few sprinkles, but we didn't get too wet. But what a nice event for the town of Peru to be able to showcase the park, and it turned out, I think, very well for the family.
And thank you for doing what you did too.
Yes. That's the easy part. Figuring it out was made a lot easier because the state police kind of provided the logistics for it. But when you look at what they have to do, just to close one lane at the bridge long enough to pull the cover off the sign, it takes a lot of manpower and equipment.
Nice turnout though.
It was a good turnout.
Then they stole our chairs.
No,
Gotta watch the state police.
There's no other items to be brought up by the council. I'll ask our department heads to bring us up to date on what's going on in their worlds. We'll start with Kristen.
So, welcome to opening day, basically. So through Clinton County, today's the first day of baseball, softball. We start with Pee Wee games on Mondays. So we have 3 boys Pee Wee, 3 boys Grasshopper, 2 girls Pee Wee, 2 girls Grasshopper, 1 girls pony team. Unfortunately, we could not get enough interest throughout the county to create a boys pony team. They're all still playing modified because they moved that season around. And we have 4 T-ball teams. So they're all up and running around. So Laphams is being used constantly. I did get a question just the other day. I haven't had a chance to reach out to Courtney yet about it, about volleyball, the volleyball net.
It's up.
It's up now? Okay. I told her I thought it was going up the next day or so because
Must have did it last week.
we had talked about it, and yeah. Bunch of kids at the high school were extremely interested. Another group of girls showed up. So, rec assistants are turning in all of their information as quickly as possible. We'll get them situated. I do believe, with the help of Mrs. Akey, we have found a tennis instructor for the week and a basketball. They both are younger students who work at the high school. One coaches our modified basketball team, the other is her assistant coach, and he has quite an experience with tennis himself and loves it. So they're both excited to come on board. We're just kind of trucking through and getting as much done as we can.
Great.
So
I see the field, a lot of activity, it looks great.
they're loving it. We do have a new county organizer, so things are a little different here and there. Umpires are a little down this year. I think there's a total of 20 total for the county right now. But I have 2 personally that I'm taking in and having them fill out their paperwork for.
Nice.
So.
Twist their wrist a little bit.
Thank you for your efforts, Kristen.
Yes, thank you.
Tyler?
We had the grader out working and it broke, so we just got the part for that back in last week. It was hydraulic drive motor off the worm gear, which activates the turntable of the grader. Big part of the whole grader needs to work. Simple fix. Old Kyle and myself, we got it all back together. We had a truck down, a couple trucks down. I believe one's back together and back in service. We haven't got back to Telegraph because of the weather. So the weather's kind of holding us up with dirt work, culvert work that Mike's got. Both mowers broke last week. Little Andrew's been hopping from one mower to the other with the tractor, and unfortunately they both broke. One, the main drive shaft that runs both wings on the woods mower had completely come apart. There must have been a hairline crack in the U-joint. It must have been something we couldn't see with our eye, it just exploded. The other mower, we have a problem more on the land pride end of it. So I ended up getting a part free of charge to put back so we can get the mower back on the road. So that'll probably go in tomorrow, depending what we got going on. Come to find out, all these other towns have the same mower and they're having the same problem. but they're going to the parts counter and just buying the part. Well, ours is under warranty, so we want it taken care of. So, supposed to get some kind of answer this week of what's going on with it, and we're not gonna just let it go, we're not just gonna buy the part, so. There's gotta be a solution to it. So it's bending the gear on the cylinder that swings it back and forth, and the driver of the mower, little Andrew, he doesn't really swing it a lot, it's more going down the road, there's a lot of tension on it, and it's bending the gear out, and then it's a cast piece, it's breaking. So, but we got another one to put on it, just to keep us going until we get some kind of answer on it, so. Other than that, hopefully it stops raining so we can get some buckets in the ground.
Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you.
Yeah, just one thing, I got, tomorrow I have a couple classes I have to take in the afternoon, I'm probably 12 hours shy of my required classes, so they put the schedule out from June, second half of the year, and I was able to sign on to some classes, so I'm taking 2 classes tomorrow afternoon, and I have one in a couple weeks' time, I have some more classes.
Good.
That's it.
Chaka?
All good.
All good? You're keeping busy.
Oh, yeah.
Who typed it, you or your wife?
She
Nice
talked
job,
to me.
nice job.
Courtney?
Technology.
Well, I don't know much, we all know what's going on with the wastewater project. Other than that, the signed contract was sent to Jada for the basins. Demolition, I talked to them today, they're starting the paperwork, and we're about 2 to 3 jobs on their list. So, I'm sure it'll be a few weeks.
We are working on getting the timber crews done for that part of it.
According to you say, Janet? You're in town, we're over on
Yeah, see them over there.
that.
Other than that,
Anything you want to know?
Go to the park trail?
yep, fine.
Excellent, thank you.
Helen wanted everybody to know that the class of 57 history chat will be 10 a.m. to noon on June 23rd. And it'll be here. And all the concerts are scheduled. There's a schedule in your packet. Just wait for a few of the, yep.
If you ask about the artwork, she'll tell you the name of the famous artist that created this.
ChatGPT.
Nice
But-
job.
New pictures just for John Ryan, so.
It's really nice and it brings the bell into the picture a little bit.
Good job.
In connection with that history chat, Helen was asking for use of the conference room that morning. She's done that previously on one other one, and it works out pretty well for her, so we'll make that available to her.
We'll put it on the calendar.
Mike, nothing going on in your department?
Yeah, we're nuts.
Trucks are down, graders down.
Yeah, the trucks are actually, I got the call, the last one is fixed. The only thing that's apart right now is the one waiting to get sandblasted. Once that's done, Tyler paint it, but I will say, I want to thank Tyler. I went away to highway school last year. This has happened several years in a row that I go down there, come back, there's no fighting. The list is done and beyond what I had done, so it's a pretty nice feeling to be able to get away. You don't have to worry about anything. He does pick up the phone, give me a call, so I want to personally thank him. The new pickup come in, there's a little, I call it the grill, it's probably, the grill, whatever, it's a little bit different color, so we're gonna make a phone call. I'm not sure if it's just, I'm not paying, I would probably talk to her about it. If not, we'll get it sprayed and make it right. It's identical to mine. Other, he's got a few gadgets that are updated from mine. Actually, he's got the push button start, which is nice. So, I didn't bring it up the last meeting because I was pretty disappointed. The new truck that's been sitting at Tenco since November, been paid for. We were supposed to go set the controls up for Tyler in May. Then I called him just before I left for highway school. It was supposed to be in June. I got passed on to the girl that runs the shop. they don't even have the box in yet. The box is not there, the front plow hitch isn't there, the Rex Roth, sander, salter control is not in. That truck's been ordered for 2 years, been sitting at Tenco since November last year. So, excuse me.
That's the truck.
Anyway, I wasn't happy, I made some phone calls to the big wig that runs Tenco now. They've been bought out, it's Alamo Group, they do mowers, they do a bunch of stuff. So he called me, they were having a meeting, but let me know what's gonna happen. Then he called me a couple days ago. Actually, I was on the way back last Wednesday from highway school. And, just kicked the can down the road, said they were looking to get another shop. So I didn't say nothing, just played dumb. And he called me today and said, we got it moved up till September. Well, at the same shop. He said, I don't know who you think you're talking to, because I already talked to the higher up at the shop that the box not even there. So in the meantime, I made a phone call, as much as I hated to Viking. I will reach out to them tomorrow and set an appointment. I'm gonna price plow gear for the next truck, which with this electric rack is gotta be ordered in September, and that's what really blew my mind, because we wanted this truck because it's got the pre-wet system with the brine right at the spinner. And I said, how do you expect me to go back to the board to order another truck? I don't even have the one I ordered 2 years ago. It's very frustrating. I did meet with Town of Flagpole. They got a price. I can tell you it's over 30 grand difference. So as far as taxpayers, I'm gonna price, as much as I hate to, 5,000 or so, we could probably not switch, because right now we got, all the trucks are interchangeable, because they're all one brand. But I can't leave that much money on the table, and then the frustration, what's going on is, it's beyond me. It's just, I feel bad for the salesman. We're good friends. Before they got bought out, there was a problem, Tyler would tell you, or something was wrong. He would be able to call up to the shop and chew a rear end down. He can't even deliver parts anymore. Once you sign the paper, he's right out of it, and he's very, of course, he can see what's gonna happen. If Town of Flagpole switches, we switch, the whole county's gonna fall suit, and it's gonna kill him commission-wise. But it's just too much money. I'm gonna get a price, because like I said, I gotta order this truck in September. We're not even gonna have the one we already have ordered, which is frustrating. So that truck's gonna be probably 2 years old, and we ain't even gonna have it yet. It's very.
Hopefully the warranty comes.
Yeah, so.
Have no mileage.
We got a little, with the paperwork that got lost that I dropped off at Atlantic testing for the board testing, the signed contract for Fuller Road in Westcott, because they finally did the board testing. The structures were ordered, but thank God it was in the preliminary design and stamp plans, because they can both come back as wet, loose clay material. So instead of a three-sided culvert, it's going to be actually a full-blown box, which is, it didn't really change, it didn't delay anything. We got that, but in the meantime, the Army Corps kicked the paperwork back. Now I got to go back and crawl through Lyons Road and Fuller Road Culvert and point blank look for bats and pea stains from bats, and it's a form with 50 or 60 questions that is absolutely, I can't say the word, I can't remember, but it's frustrating. Still no word from the Army Corps on Telegraph. It just, we're moving forward, but slow. We did start the drainage a little bit, meaning on Quaker Highlands, because we have all the flooding up there. I still got 2 culverts that are in wetlands up in Quaker Springs that need to be changed before we pave up there. The paving is, like I said, it's just wait for Brunel for Telegraph. Tyler had already mentioned, we've already cut the shoulder, we just gotta go back and the shoulder. I got a list of the mile on that had it, so obviously we're not gonna get everything we can, but there's a lot of work out there, but there's only so much money too, so. That's enough for today.
Is there any kind of, like, they breach a contract or anything like that?
I have to see what the sales agreement says, I mean, if not, we should send a time, I mean, you still want the truck, right? You wanna
What's
play-
that?
You don't wanna play that hardball with this company where you're never gonna see the truck and they start being more of a pain. So we can send a times of the essence letter, but all that means is if you don't take delivery within a certain amount of time, your recourse is to walk away from it.
I brought this up,
That doesn't help.
you bring up a good point, and I brought this up.
Shit, first time for everything.
Way back, I think, I'm trying to think who the first lawyer I started with, because they were having a little problem then, and I wanted to put a fine in, daily fine. The problem is, I think there's not enough plow dealers, so if they don't sign with you, I think they got you over the wall.
That's what I mean, they play too much hardball and they start giving you
The problem is, too, is like Lakeville, they can only put out like 80 trucks a year, but, you know, if you're selling 120, you know, it then COVID come, and I know that back there, and getting parts is crazy. Anybody that buys, I know Courtney trying to get stuff, it's crazy now. It's crazy to get anything, and it's just backed up, but, it's, you know, you would've been honest up front, but, I mean, the guy that I'm gonna get a price on, he was honest, he said, I'm telling you, ours are gonna be 16 to 18 months, which is basically 2 months quicker, but that's if it was ordered last week, so that could change too, so I'll get a price, it doesn't hurt, worst can do is not be any different, so. But seeing the numbers in town of Plattsburgh have switched, 7 runs of straight salt, so their trucks are almost identical now with ours, so pretty much the same thing, so I'm thinking our numbers are gonna be pretty close.
Would it be like a state contract?
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
What would be like a state contract? I mean, if they all.
Yeah, well, see, they were flying under Sourcewell through the truck dealer. The town of Plattsburgh bids their plow gear separate. They started bidding it separate from the truck. The truck is on Sourcewell. Tenco is not Sourcewell, and they won't go to Sourcewell for what, we don't know what the reason. Viking is on Sourcewell, so it, you know, which is a national bid, which actually gives you a better price because it's the whole country. So I'm not sure why Tenco's fighting, other than they've been bought out and it's a big corporation now, and not just like Viking is right here in Harrisburg. You know what?
I figure there's not that many, so.
Yeah.
They corner them on it, gotcha. Yeah. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Other comments?
Nope.
Thank you, Mike. We'll move on to item 16, public comments on agenda items. I don't know if anybody wishes to make any comments this evening. Ricky? Carl? Willie?
Nothing, John?
Can't get anything out of any of you. Okay, with that said, we'll move on to item 17, it's time to pay the bills. If I could have a resolution to put,
Make it.
I'll second that.
John,
The resolution authorizing the post-audit payment of certain claims, bills, and invoices of the town, whereas the town board has reviewed and audited the following claims, bills, and invoices for services rendered and goods provided to the town in June 2025. From town approved vouchers for June 2025, number 202500785, through and including number 202500863, abstract dated 6/2/25. For the dollar amount totaling $101,102.94, of that $16,590.97 was wired credit cards and prepaid, and $84,511.97 remained to be paid for June 2025. Whereas the town board finds said claims, bills, and invoices to be acceptable in form and reasonable amount, now therefore be it resolved that payment of the aforementioned claims, bills, and invoices is approved, and the supervisor being hereby is authorized to make such payment, and be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Thanks.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
And Mr. Randall?
yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Please schedule items. I am asking this evening for an executive session of the council together with Matt. Motion, is that correct?
I'll make the motion for executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. I should mention, it's personnel topic.
I'm sorry, Jim and Craig, Jim, then Craig, or Craig, then Jim?
I made the motion.
And then, thank you.
All right, rock and roll. Is this here? For you?
I also mentioned that there won't be any action taken this week in out of session.
Yeah, so nobody can leave them.
I saw some.
I have to read.
I have to